Hello, my lovelies. It's Susanna, and today I want to show you how to solve this problem. A circle with a radius of 2 centimeters intersects a smaller circle with a radius of 1 centimeter in such a way that the larger circle passes through the center of the smaller circle. See picture. We have our two circles here, and the larger circle passes through here through the center of the smaller circle. What is the distance between the 2 points of intersection of the circles? So we have to find this distance here between this point of intersection and this point of intersection, and I call this distance D, and this is what we have to find. And one way to find this distance between this point of intersection, I just call this point P1, and this point here, I call this P2. One way to find this distance is, first of all, to find these two intersection points, and after we have them, then we can just find the distance between 2 points. So how can we find the intersection points of 2 circles? We can use the equations of these circles for this, because there is a formula to find the equation of a circle. And in general, the formula looks like this, that we have x minus a squared plus y minus b squared, and this is equal to r squared. Now the question is, what is my a, what is my b, and what is my r? Because for x and y, we don't insert anything. They just stay x and y in this equation, but we have to find numbers for a, b, and r. R is the easiest. It's just the radius of my circle, and a and b belong to the center of my circle. So if I call this center here, let's say C, this is my point C, then this point C has these coordinates. It has A as the x coordinate and B as the y coordinate. So A and B always belong to the center of my circle. To find coordinates, we first of all need a coordinate system here. We don't have any yet, so maybe we take this center point here as the origin of our coordinate system. So I'm going to have the x-axis here and the y-axis here. We said that we need these center points for our equations, so which coordinates does my center now have? This is the origin, so I have 0 as my first coordinate and 0 for my second coordinate as well. And when I go down here to my second center here, if I call this point D, which coordinates does this center point here have? For the x-coordinate, I just come from the origin and go straight down, so my x-coordinate doesn't change, it's still 0. The y-coordinate, though, from the origin down, how far did I go down? From this center point down here to this center point, that is also the edge of the large circle. So from the center to the edge of the circle, that's just the radius of my large circle. So I go 2 down so that I get to -2 for my y-coordinate. Okay, so now we have everything and we can find the equations of our circles. Let's start with a large circle. We have x minus a is my x-coordinate, so it's 0. I square this thing, then the second part, my y stays. I subtract the y-coordinate of my center, which is still 0. We square this thing, and then my radius is 2. Okay, I have 2, and then I also have to square this. This is my equation of this large circle. Same thing with a small circle. We start with x minus the x-coordinate of my center is still 0, okay, nothing changed so far. We square this thing, then second part, y minus the y-coordinate of my center. This time it's -2, so I subtract, and then I have to insert -2, and then I have to square this thing. And then I get my radius squared. So my radius is 1 in this case. So I have 1 squared. I have two equations, two variables. We can solve this system of equations. Let's simplify it a little bit, because 2 squared here, for example, is just 4. 1 squared is equal to 1. Then we have x minus 0. I don't have to write down the minus 0 here at all, so I only have x squared. I don't need these parentheses here. I can just write it like this. Same thing here. I can erase this and only get y squared then, which looks nicer. Same thing here. I erase this and have x squared left. Here, minus minus gets plus, so I have y plus 2. So I erase all of this, so I have y plus 2 and still square this thing. And this is our system of equations, and we can solve this now. How? Well, there are several ways, but the positive thing about this system of equations is that we have x squared in here and x squared in here, so we can solve this first equation for x squared and then insert it for our x squared in our second equation. So let's take the first equation as it is. I'm just going to write it down first, and let's solve this for x squared by subtracting y squared on both sides of the equation, so that we have x squared here by itself, because this cancels out, and on the other side we have 4 minus y squared. This is our x squared now from our first equation, and now let's insert this into our second equation, so that our second equation looks like, instead of x squared, we're going to write down 4 minus y squared, and then the rest, because there is no x in there anymore. We only have y here, and the rest of it is just numbers. So now we only have one equation, only one variable. We can solve this equation for y this time. So let's take our equation and let's solve it for y. Maybe we first get rid of these parentheses here. We have a sum in here and we square it, so this is a special product. There is a formula how to get rid of these parentheses, because every time you have something like a plus b and you square this thing, then the result is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Let's apply this formula here. So here we don't change anything. We have the 4 minus y squared, but then we get a squared. So the first part squared means y squared in our case. Then we have the plus 2 times a times b. So 2 times y times 2 equals 4y. And then we have b squared, so the 2 squared, which equals 4. On the other side, we still have the 1. Okay, let's simplify a little bit. We have minus y squared plus y squared, which cancels out, which is great. Then we have the y part here, which is just 4y. From the numbers, we have 4 plus 4, which equals 8. And on the other side, we have the 1. To solve for y, let's get rid of the 8 here first. So we subtract it on both sides of the equation, so that here we have 4y, this cancels out, and on the other side 1 minus 8 equals -7. To solve for y, let's get rid of the 4, so let's divide both sides of the equation by 4, so that this cancels out. We only have y here, and here we have -7/4. We found our y. This is the y coordinate of the intersection points, but only the y coordinate, and we still need the x coordinates of our intersection points. So let's find x then by inserting our y here in the first equation and then solving this equation for x. So we have x squared equals 4 minus, instead of y, I'm going to insert our number, so I'm going to insert -7/4, and then we have to square this whole thing. Okay, let's calculate the right side here. We have 4 minus. To get rid of these parentheses, we can take the -7 and square it first, which gives us 49. Same thing with the 4. We also have to square it, which equals 16. To subtract these two numbers, we can write this as a fraction as well, so 4/1, but we need the same denominators, so let's multiply by 16 here, so that 1 times 16 equals 16. Same thing here in the numerator. 4 times 16 equals 64. Now we are allowed to subtract. The denominator stays 16, and 64 minus 49 equals 15. To solve for x, we only have to get rid of the square here, so let's take the square root on both sides of the equation. We just have to keep in mind that we get two solutions then. For our x, we will get plus and minus of this side here, so plus minus the square root of 15/16. And we can make this result a little bit more beautiful because the square root of 16 is just 4. So let's write it as plus minus. Instead of square root of 16, I write the 4 down here. Unfortunately, this doesn't work with a 15, so we still have the square root of 15 here in the numerator. But these two values, plus and minus this number, are our x values of, do you still remember what we were trying to find? We were trying to find the intersection points, the coordinates of P1 and P2 of our two circles. And we found these coordinates now. For P1, let's take the positive x coordinate first. So we take the square root of 15/4 as the x coordinate for our first intersection point. And let's take the negative version then for the second. So we have negative the square root of 15/4 for the x coordinate. And the y coordinate, we only have one y coordinate, so it stays the same. We have -7/4 here and -7/4 here. We found our two intersection points, so let's go back to the beginning. We were looking for these two intersection points because they wanted us to find the distance between these 2 points. So we are not yet done, but soon. So let's take our 2 points and let's find the distance d between these 2 points. There is a formula how to find the distance between 2 points. It is a big square root. Inside we have x1 minus x2 and all of this squared, plus, and then the same thing with y. y1 minus y2 and then all of this squared. So let's insert everything we are working with here. We have x1 is the x-coordinate of our first point, so this is my x1. So instead of x1, I'm going to write down the square root of 15 over 4. Then I subtract x2, which is the x-coordinate of my second point. So it starts with negative square root of 15. So I have to write this in parentheses that I have negative and then this beautiful fraction here. Then I have to square this whole thing and then plus, and then the same thing with my y. My y1, so my y coordinate of my first point is negative 7 over 4. I have to make this a little longer. This is my first y coordinate, and then I have minus the y coordinate of my second point, which is negative again, so I have to write it in parentheses. I have negative 7 over 4 here, and don't forget to square this whole thing here as well. Okay, let's simplify this beautiful expression that we have here. Here we have minus minus, which gives us a plus if we get rid of these parentheses here. So we also don't need this one. So in these parentheses that are squared, we have this element plus the same element. So it is 2 times this green element, that is the square root of 15 over 4. And then here it's similar. We also have minus and minus, which is a plus. So instead of this, I'm going to write down a plus. We don't need this anymore. But here it's negative 7 over 4 plus 7 over 4, which is just 0. So 0 squared is just 0. So this whole thing disappears, which is great. So it doesn't look that horrible anymore. We have a multiplication here, so we can, 2 and 4 are both divisible by 2. 4 over 2 equals 2. 2 over 2 equals 1. The square root and the square cancel each other out, so this doesn't look so bad actually. In total, we have 1 times, we don't have to write it, we only have the square root of 15 over 2. This is our distance. This is the exact value of the distance of these 2 points. If you want to have the decimal value, it would be 1.94, and this is our result. I'm curious how you solve this problem, so please let me know in the comments. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care!